Hey, pick 'em pop, big gun Brian Petrie, giving out the lot. One is mortal, you know it won't miss. Gonna take a shot, dog lock, that's the underdog. Yeah, they in the hunt. Send them home, that's KO or submission. Yeah, somebody done. Slime ball, yeah, that's the parlay. We gon' make it known. Pick 'em pop from MMA tapes. Yeah, let's get it going.
Welcome to the show. Gave you a little morning radio guy voice there. What's up with the what's up? Been a while since we did the recorded show. I've been live for past couple shows. So we're in the recorded side. We're Wednesday getting the recorded in. But happy to do it. Love to do this. I'm excited to record UFC France, UFC Paris France. This weekend, 14 fights. I love this card. I fucking love this card. But the beginning, we gotta clean off some things. We gotta bring up some things. We gotta talk about some things before we get to the fight. I'll put timestamps on, so if you want to blaze right through, go ahead. But we gotta discuss it. First things first, the Big Norm thing. Okay, Big Norm said on the Andy Florian. People loved it. Caught fire. Johnny Kenny laughed. It got shared everywhere. I've seen the messages, and I want to address this. I love Paul Shag and Cody Saftik. I love Dogger Pass podcast. I think Cody Saftik is the GOAT. I think him to be able to pick winners, break down fights, his analysis is bar none the best. I truly believe that. Incredibly jealous of the guy that I think he works. Podcasting, gambling. I think he's a producer for a channel in Canada, and then a matchmaker, I believe. And then Shag is just hilarious as well, grinding. Love both those guys. I got messages saying those were the guys that created Big Norm. They should get credit. I'm an honest guy, right? I love the show. I can tell you honestly, I've never heard them say that. But I will also tell you, I didn't create Big Norm. I saw Big Norm on Twitter however long ago, and it just seeped into my brain. And the crazy thing is, I'm pretty sure if you check the tape, the last time Norman Dumont fought, and if we picked the fight on the show, I said Big Norm and got crickets. This past show that premiered last night, John just said he loved the way I said it, yada, yada. He said it on broadcast, but I did not invent that. 3-name Jack, that's all me. Guy, that's from this big old fat brain. That one's me. Big Norm saw on Twitter. I wish I could give the person credit. I think it was a retweet forever ago. I thought it was funny. Slept in the brain. And apparently Paul Shag and Cody say that on their show, and maybe they were the ones that created it and then someone sold on Twitter or whatever the case may be. I don't want to steal anybody's thing or whatever. Paul Shag and Cody are great. I'm huge fans of those guys. So if they in fact created it, or they were the ones, the first person to say Big Norm, all the credit goes to them. I'm shouting them out now. I'll do it on the Anakin Florian. But no, I saw it on Twitter forever ago. I saw some things on comments as well. People were saying like, oh, that's been around forever. So again, if it was Shag and Cody, those guys are the fucking best. And I follow them. I don't know them. I think we follow each other on Twitter and stuff like that. But if you are like connected with Cody and Paul, and you know their feathers were ruffled about this, and maybe they wanted credit or what not, please send them a clip of this or audio, whatever, and let them know that I love them, huge fans, and I did not rip them off, at least intentionally, So those guys are great. So we cleared that up because I felt like I said it just so off the whatever, and then people loved it, and I was just like, it wasn't super original because, like I said, I saw it on Twitter, but whatever. Want to get that out of the way. And if you see me without a ring, pump the brakes, okay? Pump the brakes. Ladies, delete the DMs that you were going to send me. Everyone in this space knows I know chicks, okay? Got a message. What is it? Okay. I am still happily married to the most beautiful woman in the world, my soulmate, all that stuff like that. I wore a ring for 9 years. We're going to be 9 years married in December. When we bought the ring, I did not want to wear a ring. With my job and everything, I never wore jewelry, never wore rings really, and or ever. And I said, I don't really want to wear a ring. She's like, can you please, for the ceremony? I was like, yeah. So I picked out one. It was like $150. It was this black carbon fiber one or whatever. It was like rugged, so you could work with it. Yada yada. And I use these hands at work quite often, so I needed something to match my lifestyle, is what they say. But she put it on me in the ceremony. We did our whole thing, and I loved it. The symbolism of it, the symbolic nature of it. I never took it off for 9 years, or going on 9 years. This year, though, I don't know what it is. I'm a very cleanly person. I shower every day. I wash my hands when you're supposed to. I'm not like a big antibacterial hand sanitizer person. Like if I touch something like in public and I got to immediately do the hand sanitizer, I'm not like crazy like that. I think that actually gets you sicker, weakens your immune system. That's my own thought process on that. But anyway, I'm pretty cleansy. And like 3 months ago, I went and wiped my nose, and I was like, what is that? It stinks. And I don't know if you could see, but it's how warped it is right here, right? And it's a thicker of a ring. You've probably seen it. And underneath it just stinks. So I look up, what do you do? Stinky ring, whatever. And, I took it off. I put it in dish soap for 24 hours. I scrubbed my finger or whatever, popped it back on. This was during the weekend. So I'm not at work. I'm not getting grime in it. I'm not getting gunk in it or whatever, sweating, whatever. I'm just hanging out at home. Later on that night, a same thing. I kind of just do something with my face and I get a whiff of something. And I ask my kids, you fart? What is that? It doesn't smell like shit, but I'm like, what? It's the ring. It stinks. So got to get a new one. Papa's getting a new one. I'm getting a different one or whatever. Cause again, I like the symbolic of it, but I wanted to let the ladies know if they saw me talking with my hands like I do and they go, dude ain't got a ring on. Trouble in paradise. No. Happily married. My wife is incredible. So that's that. And the last thing I want to say before we get to UFC Power phones, I did the live. I said 2K. You guys hit 2K with me. I think we're at 2,009 subscribers. Woo! And I said on the last live, you have any creative ideas about a shirt, I will give you the profits, which would only be about, $40, $60, whatever. Trindaddy sent me a strip club in Ohio, I think his hometown, of a Club 2K or 2K Club or whatever it was. And I think I like that. I have the front worked out in my head of what I want. But if you want to send, email MMA Takes Podcast at gmail.com. Hit me up on, I know I'm terrible at the DMs, but hit me up on that, Twitter or Instagram, preferably Twitter and, or X. And, if you want to take part in that, whatever. But, this is exclusive. It's the most exclusive club on YouTube, right? 2,000 people. That's it. If you got a card or if you got a car or if you got anything, it's one of 2,000. The exclusivity of that is mind-blowing. You guys are in the club, the most exclusive club. And we're getting shirts out. Trin's already getting a shirt. That guy, first off, his name's Trin Wolf, badass. Second off, he does a lot for the podcast, supporter, positive guy. He's from Ohio. Love the guy. He's getting a shirt when it goes out. I'm going to give away some shirts, but if you want to throw your own creative ideas in there, because I am unfortunately not the best graphic designer, let me know, and I'll throw them in there, and we'll pay you the profits. And when I say we, I mean me. We'll pay you the profits of the shirt. There you go. There we go. Now let's get the Petrie phones. Petrie phones. 14 of these son bitches. 14 of them. First fight, I'm going to butcher this guy's name. We don't do the pronunciation of the week, so I have no idea how this goes. Balaji Oki? Contender Series guy. Brutal power. Didn't look great in his debut, but he's minus 192 versus Chris Duncan plus 160. Chris Duncan is coming off a loss, but he fancies himself as or he did, a brawler, a Scottish brawler. Horrible Scottish accent, or was it? That's actually pretty good if I think about it. But now he's just a grappler. He wants to wrestle. He wants to take you down. He wants to get you off the feet. His chin isn't what it should be. For a guy that's a brawler. And Oki, listen, this guy's still coming into his own. Big power, as we saw on the Contender Series. But, the Timmy Kwamba fight, I thought he dominated that fight. I thought it was a little slow pace at times. They traded takedowns, but I think he dominated the fight. It's a weird split decision. He did get the knockout on the Contender Series. And like I said, this dude is just a powerhouse. I'm going Oki by KO over Chris Duncan. I'm curious to see what Oki, and I'm probably butchering his name again. If just laugh at me if I'm saying it. Oki. Curious to see his takedown defense because Chris Duncan's gonna be fucking. He wore his wrestling shoes this camp. You know what I mean? This dude's gonna be diving at legs, body locks, whatever. He ain't gonna stay in wall boy. He won't take him down. So Chris Duncan at plus 160, considering if Oki's grappling is enough to snuff, is possible. But again, we'll see how his cardio hands up too, because Chris Duncan's cardio is pretty decent as well. But I like the Oki by KO. I don't want to start off. I could start off with an underdog play. That's what I meant to talk about. So yeah, give me Oki. I've been ice cold, boys. Ice fucking cold. Hold on. Let me look up something here, okay? So Zell Huber killed me, right? And if you look at my picks on the year, let me see what I got. I've picked 215 fights correct and 177 wrong, right? So far in the year. My slime ball parlays on the year are 10 and 21, and the Green Hammer's 11 and 19. Those aren't great numbers. I am not up on the year when it comes to picking fights. We're about the same, but when it comes to betting fights, I'm down. Okay, not having a great year, and I'm thinking, what do I got to do? You know what I mean? What I got to do? I'm wearing this old school slime ball parlay t-shirt that doesn't fit me all that great, but I threw it on. Try to get some more mojo back, right? Years ago when I was in a slump, I bought crystals, right? Or Devin Tejada, shout out Dev Tejada. He sent me crystals or something like this. Somehow I got my hands on crystals. Did not work. Smash those to fucking bits, right? And then when I change up my approach, I don't like overwatching film because then I go, oh shit, this guy's a pretty good right hand. He landed on this guy. If he lands a right hand, he can win. Oh my God, And then I start second guessing everything when I'm more of a gut guy. I like to keep my film watching the same, so I don't want to go overboard at that. I don't want to take it away. I'm trying to fucking figure out what I got to do to shake this coldness, to shake this losing bug I got. My wife and I have been watching Bad Monkey on Apple TV, Vince Vaughn. Great show. There's a character in there named the Dragon Queen, right? She's like voodoo black magic. I need my own dragon. I think she's bullshit on the show. I think she's fake, but I need my own dragon queen. Fucking expel me of this. Just ugh. You know what I mean? I went heavy on Zell Huber, lost the fucking everything. So I meant to tell you that in the beginning of the show. So with that being said, I'm pretty confident about this UFC France card, baby. All right, let's go. Those are the money. There's nothing better than. So I don't know if someone ever really tunes into me and follows all my plays or whatever, but they're like, oh man, I can't wait to listen to Brian. So he's got him to follow every one of his plays. And I just give you a sermon about how fucking ice I've been. And I need a goddamn voodoo woman to come, shake all the fucking bad juju off. All right, next up we got Nora Cannoli probably plus 180 versus Jacqueline Cavalcante minus 218. Boy knows chicks. Nora French. I will say this is a fight. I wrote this down. I'm trying to write more things down now because I'm a fucking ancient dinosaur, and I think this is probably going to be up. I like Jacqueline, right? That is my fight props. Where you at? All right. I like Jacqueline a lot in this fight. I think her volume is great. I think Nora is a little, she's getting a little disrespected with the line. She is from France. So she's competitive and she looked good in her debut. However, she fought kind of a nobody, if we're being honest, in her debut. But outside that, she's looked pretty okay. Good striker, but Jacqueline's volume, her technique and everything, I think is really, really good. However, it being in France, Nora, second fight of the night, has some good skills, plus 180. You could ride the dog, but I like the prop. Fight to be won by split or majority decision. Yes, is plus 300. Add it to the fucking card, baby. I like Jacqueline. Jacqueline straight up. I like the fight to be won by decision. But if you play just by someone win by split or majority decision at plus 300, 3-1 on your cash, I'll take it, baby. But give me Jacqueline. I think she's a superior fighter. I think she's going to get it done here, baby. Skills pays the bills. right, next up we got Daniel Barres plus 105 versus Victor Altamirano minus 125. This fight, Victor Altamirano is kind of a wild guy, right? He wants to take you down 10 times in every fight. High action, high speed, high everything. Not a finisher. Tough, durable, hard to get out. And Barres, I just don't think he's UFC quality. I don't think either of these guys really are. But with Victor's pace, pressure, cardio, and the fact that he'll take you down, I mean, yeah, Barres could get up, but Vadi's going to constantly take you down. I think he's going to win in decision here. I like the over big, which Vegas is steaming the over. I like Victor Altamirano. I don't like either. I don't love either of these guys. Again, I don't know if they're super high level quality UFC fighters, but this could be a competitive fight. It could be fun, a little scrambly, a little kind of all over the place. You know, two little 125ers just fucking like going at it. But I like Victor Altamirano minus 125. I should be more convicted because it's a low line and everything. But again, Altamirano sometimes could blow it, and we never know what judges are going to do because I know he ain't going to get a fucking finish. So give me Victor Altamirano just because I think Perez is not that good. All right, next up, Alan Perez. Eileen. Is it Eileen or Alan? I think it's Eileen. Eileen Perez minus 238 versus, this is a fucking name, huh? Let's put it up on the screen so I can try to pronounce it proper. Okay, so Eileen Perez minus 238 versus Dara Zalazakova plus 195. I'm gonna go Dara on that one. Both these women are easy on the eyes. They're pretty. And Eileen Perez is on a nice little win streak here. She lost UFC debut by sub-rear naked choke. And since then has routed off some pretty good fucking wins over some decent women and shakes her ass when she does it. Just shakes her ass. Every picture I've seen her of this week, it's like she's posing with just her ass out, wearing leather pants, whatever. This girl's all about her ass. She's like twerking in front of Merab, and Merab's like, can I touch? Dara 9-1. Made her debut back in, what was that, March? She got taken down 3 times. And Perez wants to take you down, and she's good on top. She can hold you down. Dara only landed 57 strikes in that against Montserrat Rendon, who, again, does like to hunt takedowns as well, but she kind of only has like one move. Alan Perez is Ellen, I don't know. She's more well-rounded, Rendon. If Rendon took you down 3 times, yes, you outstruck her, but I don't know if you're going to outstrike Perez, and I really don't think you're going to work your way to the top all that well when you're Dara. She wants to keep the fight on the feet. Plus 195. Your boy knows chicks. And since I know chicks, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Slimeball parlay Perez. That's the first leg. Give me Perez. Minus 238. I think the number is about right for what Vegas is seeing. I wish I could get the number a little lower on Perez, because if she doesn't land the takedown, she might be in problems. She is well-rounded, but she really works well off the top. And if Rendon took Dara down 3 times, I think Perez is going to have success on top as well and be sticky and heavy on top. And I think we're going to see Perez shake her ass at the end of this fight for a decision. So give me Perez. Give me the slime ball parlay. Your boy knows chicks. Ain't looking back. Yep. Next up, Taylor Lapilus, minus 375 versus Vince Morales, plus 295. Vince Morales back in the UFC. This guy, he's just tough as dirt. You know what I mean? Just tough as dirt. But, he's hard to finish for sure, right? Tough as dirt. But he isn't like a world beater, right? He's had a lot of chances because of who he trains with and his availability and being in shape, which is great. But skill-wise, I think after this current UFC run, maybe I think he might need to play in like PFL or maybe play PFL Bellator 1, something like that. Maybe get a couple wins and come back or whatever you need to do. I mean, you're in the show. You're in the fucking show. And Taylor Lapilus, this guy has surprised me a little bit in the UFC, if I'm being honest with you. I didn't think he'd be great. I've picked against him quite a bit, right? The Eric Perez loss was ugly. Eric Perez isn't the best fighter in the world, in my opinion. I don't even think he fights currently in the UFC. That was an ugly loss, but that was a while ago. That was back in 2015. He's been on the roster for a while, and has taken some time off. Since he's been back, though, Colin Loughlin tried to take him down, got him down twice, but Taylor stuffed most of that. Pace was on his side. He's a big bricked up dude for the division. Tricky southpaw, beat up Colin Loughlin, who I had high hopes for, but has completely shit the bed in the UFC. Farad Basharat was a loss, but it was a competitive fight. If he didn't give up the 5 takedowns, I think he wins that fight, Lapalus. And then against Cody Stamann, who became a boxer all of a sudden, who abandoned wrestling, became a boxer. Taylor looked great in that fight. That was probably his best UFC performance. Only has one finish in the UFC, but hasn't had a current finish in a while. I like Taylor here. I just like the matchup. I think Vince can't really do anything. I think he gets his leg kicked off a little bit too much. And honestly, I think his grappling is going to be stuffed by Taylor. As long as Taylor can get off the cage, he likes to counter. He likes to play that game against the cage. He is a dangerous striker. I think Vince could have success in that area. But if Taylor comes out and fights like he did his last time out, landing 100 significant strikes, throwing kicks, the whole arsenal, not to mention he's France. He's from France. Give me Taylor. It's a little high, but I'll explain why later. He's in the slime ball as well. I like decision, possibly TKO later in the fight, second or third round, maybe just a body kick or something really wears down Vince. But I like Taylor in this spot here. All right, next up, Ludwig Klein, minus 950. I got to check on this line versus Roosevelt Roberts. Oh, Roby Robes, plus 675. Let me see the current line on this. Minus 900 plus 600. Listen, Jason Anik loves Ludwig Klein. Jason Anik is a big supporter of Ludwig Klein. I love Jason Anik. I love his opinion. My thing just keeps going off like crazy. Oh my God. Okay. Sorry, my phone keeps going off. Ludwig Klein, Jason Anik's favorite fighter, one of his favorite fighters, loves the guy, roots for him. Very good fighter, Ludwig Klein. I've been on the wrong side of him a lot. I'm going Roberts. Are you fucking kidding me? Ludwig Klein came in as a striker, knocked out Shane Long with a beautiful head kick, and then became a grappler, worked his cardio, looked good. Roosevelt Roberts did not look good his last time out, has had a lot of shots in the UFC. And Ludwig Klein very well could absolutely dominate this fight. I'm not going to be surprised if he did. But I don't think Ludwig Klein should be here we go. Boom. Minus 900 versus anybody. I'm sorry. I just don't think he is. And you're hanging Roosevelt Roberts, who has a good choke, who could possibly turn back the clock and get a huge upset at plus 600. Play a couple shekels, baby. That's how we get back in the game. A couple shekels. I ain't putting fucking Ludwig Klein in any parlay. I'm not even picking him. Give me Roosevelt Roberts. He's not my dog lock, but everyone's listening, wanting to hear it.
Hello? Okay, this is dog.
Yeah, it is a dog, not dog lock, but I'm picking the dog in Roberts, and you guys can go fuck yourself. I don't care. I won't parade myself around on Twitter like, look at Big Brains. I took a fucking underdog. I'm taking the underdog strictly because the number is too wide, baby. Too wide. Give me Rosie Roberts. All right, next up, Omar C, minus 560 versus Dong Wong Jung, plus 370. Dong Wong Jung, probably his last time in the UFC here. A guy that comes out and fights very aggressively early, has a decent top game, but primarily likes to strike. And Omar C from France, big, buff, ripped dude who's going to take you down and try to take your fucking neck, try to take your soul. He doesn't fight in a rush, has good cardio with all those fucking muscles. I like C here. I like him to get a submission, probably TKO. I think he's going to finish Dong Won Jung. And minus 560 is high. I mean, this could be a mortal lock. I have another guy I like even more who's even higher. Listen, I'm trying to get winners, right? So this could obviously be a parlay piece for anybody out there. It's not going to be for me. I like C a lot, though. He'd be probably mortal lock number 2 if I had to give one. But minus 560 is just steep, boys. It's steep for a guy with inexperience in the UFC, limited. He's shown limited ability. He's really good at what he's shown, but there are some limitations there. But he's an athletic freak. I think he can be whatever kind of fighter he wants to be. And Dong Won Jun, again, I think he's just 1 foot out the door. I think he's going to come out aggressive and then slow down. And then if it hits the ground, it could be a problem there. I like C to control and then maybe get a submission. Second or third round, let's chase that prop while we're here, bitch. Marcy by submission plus 120. Yeah, so I mean, Vegas is kind of on it as well. Give me C. All right, next up, we got Ion Kutalaba minus 118 versus Ivan. How you say this guy's name? Urslan minus 180. That's not too bad. Ivan Arslan versus Ian Cutelaba. Cutelaba, this guy notoriously is known to eating nails for breakfast. Wild man, crazy. Seems to tone it down a little bit. He's been working on his cardio. He's been working on his overall game. And I'm going to take the newcomer in Ivan, though. Ivan, this dude, Croatian guy, training where, I don't know if he's training with Krokop, but that Croatian top team. Do I got the right guy? Am I thinking of the right fucking guy here? Did I do my research here? Shit, doesn't say on. I'm not going to Tapology. Tapology just it fucking fucks everything up. But I think I'm right here. UFC Stats doesn't have a lot on this guy. Anyway, I like Ivan. He's a striker. I think Ian Cutelaba, he's going to play like he wants to strike. He's going to be all fucking teed up. I want to strike with you. And then and try for some takedowns. He's been working that in a lot of his games. Ground and pound it used to be very good. Now it looks like he's controlling more people here. I like Ivan. This guy's 14-3, has a decent record, has some decent power. I believe his losses are for some decent. His wins are from really good competition outside the UFC, and his losses are the same. Cutelaba, though, you gotta like experience in this fight. I thought he'd be a little bit more of a favorite. I thought I'd get Ivan at plus money. It's a pick 'em. I'm picking Petrie. You guys know that. Give me Ivan by KO. I think he can clip Ian Cutelaba. Ian Cutelaba is a crazy boy, but I'm not crazy, but I think he could get clipped by Ivan, and that might be a good number. Ivan by KO plus 125. Now, Vegas is all over it. What the Give me Ivan by KO. Next up, Faraz Ziam minus 120 versus Matt Frivola. Steamroller Frivola. This is my guy. Matt Frivola is my guy. He is currently plus 110 right now. So all the rest of these fights, we broke down the Anakin Floyd. Again, like I've always said every podcast, I'm trying not to repeat myself. When it comes to Ray Longo's guys, we get Kenny and I don't know how many DMs Kenny gets, way more than me probably, but I get a lot of message, quit being a homer for Ray's guys. Bazook wasn't going to win. This, that, blah, blah, blah. I have no relationship with Marab, with Aljo, with Dennis Bazook. Obviously I know Ray. I've texted Ray. We're on the same podcast. I've never met Ray in person yet. That is a bucket list thing for me. But Ray and I have sent some really nice messages. I'm a huge supporter of Ray, not only as a coach and a fan, but as a person as well. He's top notch. But Frivola I met Frivola in Nashville. I've exchanged pleasantries with him via text when he's a new dad. I met his dad, Sal the Bulldozer. Great fucking people. Salt of the earth. Coolest dude you ever meet. And I just love being around them. I love their energy and I'm a fan. So if you're going to hit me with being biased towards like all of Ray Longo's guys, I get it because of the Ray, but I'm usually not. But I will say I will be for Frivola. Just like I really never pick against Chris, I'm not going to pick against Frivola. However, with that being said, I think this is a great matchup for him, right? Matt is highly skilled. Go look at the Jalen Turner fight and watch Matt's grappling. Years ago in Atlanta, Matt can grapple. Matt fell into a thing where he knocked 3 people out in a row. He's got heavy hands. He likes to strike. He likes to be exciting. The Benoit Saint Denis fight, he went out there and he knew, I'm going to take this dude down. He took Benoit Saint Denis down twice in a minute and a half. Made a mistake on the break and got kicked and got put out. And that's the thing, is he gets put out early. But the fight goes longer. He works. He's a grinder. This guy's got 3 rounds in him, right? Frosty got taken out 7 times by Claudio Puelles his last fight. Claudio Puelles, skinny little bean who is not a takedown artist by any means. Great on the ground. Dangerous submission guy, but not a fucking takedown artist. And I think Frivola is strong, wide body boy. I think he's going to take ZM down. I think he's going to ground and pound him. I think my advice from Matt would be just stay within yourself. Don't come out crazy. I love when fighters fight with urgency. I love fighters that are aggressive and they're like, listen, this is my style. I'm aggressive. I love that. But with Matt, I feel like he gets so keyed up that he makes little tiny mistakes. The McKinney fight, he ran right at McKinney, ran into a left hand, boom. Paulo Reyes fight, made a mistake, got dropped. That fight. The Benoit Saint Denis fight broke from a clinch with Benoit Saint Denis and got kicked along the cage. These are mistakes that that I think are happening because he's going a mile a minute. Settle down, right? Know that you have the skills, know that you have the cardio, know that you've been in the UFC for long enough that you got to knock out over Drew Dober, which is fucking not a lot of people can say. You have power in hands, but with a guy like Ziem who comes from a kickboxing world, who necessarily isn't a big power puncher, he can put volumes on you. He can put some jumping knees on you. You got to watch out for that, but take him down, beat him up, rinse and repeat, and stay within yourself. I like Frivola here.
Hello?
This is my dog lock.
This is Dog.
Okay, this is dog. Steamroller Frivola. Dog lock, plus 110. Get it while it's hot. Bet's already been placed. I'm going to rebet because I actually got him at minus 102 the other day. I saw some books had him at plus 100. I got him minus 102 at DK Sportsbook. Now he's plus 110. I know he's going against a Frenchman, whatever, but I've not been impressed with Ziem. And as long as Matt stays within himself and fights like he knows how to fight, right, and how he trains, the dude's gonna win. All right, next up, Morgan Charrier minus 600 versus Gabriel Miranda plus 440. Okay, so I'm gonna whisper this because I'm embarrassed. Okay, I can't look at the camera. I'm not a shy person, but I do have some pride. Morgan Charrier is my mortal lock.
He's a mortal lock, and I'm gonna wheel him.
A minus 600, and what is he currently now? Minus 675. Minus 675 is my favorite. I tried every possible combination to put him in the slime ball parlay, and I just couldn't do it. But I love this guy in this spot. I think Gabriel Miranda has only one shot, and that's to catch Morgan sleeping. He's hard to get on the ground. He's good on the ground. Miranda is a submission guy, little lanky, little rangy, but I think Morgan's just going to kick him every inch of the guy's body and break him down and get a finish here. I like Morgan by KO. What is that prop? Morgan Charrier is incredibly talented. He just doesn't let it go. Morgan by KO is minus 160. Yeah, so that's whew. I mean, it's better than 675, but oof. I like Charrier here. He's my mortal lock. I'm embarrassed to say it. I lost my mortal lock the last time I picked it in the Sphere on Zell Hubert. I need a win. Just let me have this. No comments. You're a professional gambler, and we come here for this. I don't want to hear it. Not this week. Charrier, get a win. Get a win by KO. I'm gonna play the KO. I wish it was a better number, but what are you gonna do? Miranda again. You play that side just like my Roosevelt Roberts pick. You can be like, Charrier's done nothing. He's coming off a loss to a chip in Maniscal. This guy has no volume. I'm going to go Miranda. At the huge number, I get it, right? Just like my Roberts pick, I understand it. But I believe in this Charrier kid. I think he's talented. I think he's going to get it done. And, I'm embarrassed. All right, next up, Kevin Jousset, plus 154 versus Brian Battle, minus 185. So, again, you know how I told you earlier, I'm trying to mix things up. I'm trying to get rid of the bad juju, right? One of those things is I used to never listen to anybody's podcast until I did mine. Usually I do my show on Thursday. I'm recording on a Wednesday. Usually I do my show on Thursday. So I don't listen to anybody. All the MMA podcasts, there's like 4 that I listen to. So it doesn't influence my pick. So I don't maybe repeat them or steal something from whatever. I like to be original. I like to do my own thing. And then I'll go back and listen. I did different. I listened to people this week. Dogger Pass, Paul Shad, Cody, a couple others. And a lot of people like you say in the spot as an underdog. And it didn't sway me one bit. I like Brian Battle. I'm hunkering down. I'm ready for a battle with Brian Battle. This dude has had not only a glow up physically, got a new nickname, but he's getting better every time. He looked great against Angelusa. His range is phenomenal. His jab is really good. The only question is his grappling. Do you say, yes, he comes from City Kickboxing, and yes, he's French, but he does have some really good grappling. Won his debut fight, or his last fight, one of his fights by rear naked choke. He has a good ground game. Decent cardio as well. Comes from kickboxing, no surprise. I think Battle, who got dumped on his head 1,500 fucking times by Renat Fakhretdinov, is probably learned that, right? At 185, he grappled a little bit on the contenders, or excuse me, the Ultimate Fighter. And to be honest with you, I didn't think much of him. I was like, this guy's going to flake out of the UFC. He's gotten so much goddamn better, confident, in shape, and I really think that he's going to pull one out here and win. And it's weird saying that because he's the favorite, right? A lot of sharps, like you say, and let's see if the line's moving at all. So plus 142. So I had you say at plus 154, he's down to plus 142, but Brian Battle has stayed steady at minus 170. So we're getting two-way action. I get that. But I like Brian Battle. I'm going opposite of the trend. I'm going opposite of everyone else. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm going to bet this fight, because it's like my peers, people who do this as well and who are very good at this, are loving an underdog, and I like the favorite, and I love to be the underdog guy. I got dog the bounty on it queued up. But I like Brian Battle. I like Brian Battle in this spot. I'm not wavering. I could be absolutely wrong, but I'm going to battle, and I'm going to put some shekels on it. I'm going to put some shekels on it. All right. Next up, we got William Gomez, plus 220 versus Joanderson Brito, minus 270. So I said in the Anakin Florian podcast, I feel like this line's off. I feel like Brito should be minus 500. This guy is a wrecking ball. But again, listening to experts and people I respect break this fight down, Kenny Florian being one of them, he picked Gomez. I threw a pause up. I said, ooh. Now, I can't follow everyone's trend. I can't fucking, waver on all my picks. I'm still bullish on Brito. I do not think he should be a minus 500 now like I earlier did, but minus 270, I like. And have you seen one of these in a while? Whoa! Like that one-handed just fucking, People don't realize this is 75 pounds. Look at that. 75 pounds just holding it out there like it's nothing. Not 75 pounds. Green hammer time. I need a win. Slime ball is plus 143. Not the juiciest, but I need a win. Green hammer plus 125. William Gomez plus 3.5 point spread for him to win a round. Plus 125. I like it. I like that a lot. Plus money, I like it. I was going to have this fight go over, but the over number wasn't all that impressive because Joanderson Brito will dead you. Kill you, dead you. But Gomez is hard to find. He's in France. He's going to be running around that fucking octagon, hard to find. Brito could get frustrated, rush a takedown, rush something. And this could go 3 rounds and he could lose the decision. It could be a split decision. Doesn't matter. 29-28. Gomez is going to win a round. And the green hammer, baby, is going to come through for everyone. Green hammer time. Green hammer time. Boom. By the way, I ordered a new iPhone. 2 years since I used to get an iPhone every year. I was obsessed with iPhones or any new tech. Every year since iPhone 6, I got a new iPhone. Had the iPhone 14, right? 2 years now. This new iPhone 16. And I'm an Apple guy. Everything you see is Apple, right? But they're not getting me this year. $400 difference between the iPhone 16 and iPhone 16 Pro for no goddamn reason. I watched videos all fucking day before I upgraded. And there ain't no goddamn reason besides a little bit bigger of a screen. Well, they made a green iPhone this year. I'm going to call it the money phone. And I need to get rid of this old piece of shit because I keep placing losers on that one. New phone coming tomorrow. I'm winning all my bets. Money phone. Let's go. Co-main event. This should be the main event. No offense to Money Morcano and BDS. Benoit Saint-Denis. I know he's French, but this is an amazing fight. Nasruddin Imanov versus Brendan Allen. Allen plus 185. Imanov minus 225. Man, Brendan Allen's got some moxie, boys. This guy's got some moxie. I saw some of the interviews he did with the press. Very confident, like he always is. Against Imavov, John will kill me mispronouncing it. And I've always been on the wrong side of Brendan Allen. Always. I mean, last time he fought was against Chris Curtis. Of course, I picked Chris. Hell of a fight. 5-round war. I think Brendan won that fight with that takedown in the fifth and final round there. Chris outstruck Brendan, hurt him a bunch of times, but he could not stop Allen's takedowns. Allen has proven to be a 5-round fighter, main event guy. He's a good-looking kid. He can talk a little bit. From Louisiana. Those Louisiana boys are a little different, right? But he's running into Imanov, who's a guy who I've been kind of lukewarm on. So I haven't been on Brendan Allen's side ever. But I like and appreciate his moxie. And Imanov, I've been ice on him. I think I picked Cannonier in that fight his last time out. The guy's really good, right? He's really good. Chris told me when they locked up, he was surprised how strong he was, considering he's kind of tall and skinny. Incredibly strong. His grappling is coming a long way. But if Brendan Allen can get some takedowns in this fight, Brendan Allen's submission grappling is head and shoulders above Imanov. Imanov, however, though, I think has better striking. Allen has really good aggressive boxing. He's trying to get better at moving his head in defense because his chin's been a problem in the past. And it's obviously working. He's down in Florida. He's getting better every time. He's still a young man. But Imanov, though, I just think, man, he's just a little too clean on the feet. He's patient on the feet. Look, he broke down Jared Cannonier in the 4 rounds they went. I think he's going to do the same with Allen here. Although this is 3 rounds, you could see a greasy decision here. You could see a little butt cheeks clenching decision here. You know what I mean? I can see why people are going Allen plus 185. I'm going to go the other way, Imanov. I tell you what, though, I was super confident when I first broke this fight down early in the week in my head, right? I'm not as confident now, right? Because I think Brendan Allen, the way he's talking at the press conference and everything, like he believes in himself, man. I love people that believe in themselves. I know people, oh, it's cocky. It's not a motherfucker believes in himself. He's about to go get in a street fight, a fight with another guy in underwear, right? Yeah, this dude believes in himself. I respect that. Respect the hell out of that. But I can't get there. I'm going to go Imanov. I think Imanov is just cleaner on the feet, and Brendan Allen's defense and chin had me worried a little bit. All right, main event, Money Volcano plus 220 versus Benoit Saint-Denis. He's from France. Minus 270. Quick little story. Don't know if I told you this in the podcast. I've told my wife this the other day. So my father, my real father, who I did not have a close relationship with, him and I just, we just didn't have a close relationship. It is what it is. I moved out when I was 7. He was not a good person. Yeah. Anyway, 10 years old, I'm at his apartment watching football. That's all we ever did together. When I went and visited him and my little brother, which wasn't my brother, real white trash shit. Anyway, he looks over at me, right? And he goes, hey, we're French, right? And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, our last name is French. I'm 10, right? I go, okay. And he goes, yeah, so if you're ever talking to a girl and you want to get her in bed, let her know that you're French because she knows that all French guys are really good in bed. And I went, dude, I haven't seen a pair of tits yet unless it's on TV. I've kissed a girl, but I ain't putting them in bed? What? What the fuck? I'm 10 years old, right? Fast forward 10 years. I used it. It popped in my head. I'm like, hey, I'm going to use this on this girl I'm talking to right now. I said it to her. Doesn't care. Doesn't give a shit. Did not work. So Pops, God rest your soul. It didn't work, buddy. But I know the French people get made fun of or whatever. But hey, listen, my father thinks you guys are fucking great in bed. So you got that. Speaking of great in bed, Benoit Saint-Denis just jackhammers all his chicks. Minus 270 versus Money Volcano. I'm bullish. Bullish on Benoit Saint-Denis here. He's also my send him home.
Send him home early.
I like him by knockout in round 1 and 2. I believe knockout run 1. I had this written down, but let's just make it current. Fight parlays. Okay, so Benoit Saint-Denis to win by knockout round 1's plus 275. Add that to my card. Benoit Saint-Denis by win by KO in round 2 plus 550. Add that to my card. So here's the thing. This is a great live betting main event. Money Volcano gets hurt. His body language when he gets hurt is not great. He tried to get walked off. Jalen Turner tried to walk off. Fucking, went down bad. Turner's like, I won. Volcano pops up. Dude's got tons of heart. And he's sticky. He's like herpes, right? Right when you think you get rid of him, they fucking come right back, right? This dude is just going to be on top of you and sticky. However, Benoit Saint-Denis has grappled some really good grapplers and has won by submission over high-level black belts. I think Benoit Saint-Denis is strong. He's freakishly strong, aggressive, has a good chin. The Poirier fight, I think, is why we're getting him at a pretty good number here at minus 270. But don't underestimate Volcano. Volcano's a good number at plus 220 because I think if he can survive round 1 and 2 and he gets that sticky grappling all over you and he takes you down, and Benoit, again, I know he had staph infection against Poirier, but 5 rounds is going to be interesting here. I know he doesn't want to lose in front of his French fans, and this dude is a bad motherfucker. You know what I mean? He ain't going to want to lose at home. But if it gets into the 3rd or 4th and 5th round, man, Money Volcano could take over with that really sticky grappling. He's got timing. His takedowns are really well timed. He goes on their punches, but I just think Benoit Saint-Denis is going to come out. I think he's going to come out a little more reserved because he came out with his hair on fire against Dustin Poirier, and he said I had to do that because I knew I didn't have anything in the tank because I had a staff in my head and It's like, I got to get him out of there. I had no cardio. This fight, I think he's going to come out a little more reserved, but still, Benoit Saint-Denis reserved is still pretty aggressive. Not the cleanest technique in the world, but he hits like a truck. And again, Moicano's chin, he's been knocked out a few times. So I like Benoit Saint-Denis. Slimed him up, which I think I already told you. Send him home, and I like him by KO. Yep, that's it. I think it's an interesting main event. I think 155 is wide open. Money Moicano, I love the personality. I love the persona. Seems like a good dude, funny guy. And honestly, if he wins, he's gonna cut a fucking fire promo. I already know it. But yeah, I just think Benoit Saint-Denis is just a little too much for him, at least in the beginning. Because again, this gets later in the rounds. Run for the hills, boys. Run for the hills. Take that money, Moicano money. All right, slime ball parlay is going to be Benoit Saint-Denis. It's going to be Terrapoulos, and it's going to be Ellen Perez plus 143. Don't judge me. Not the best Slimer. It is plus money. Every other Slimer I did with Morgan in it, Taylor in it, try to put fucking Omar C in it, do like a little French parlay. It's giving me minus money. I wanted a plus money. Plus 143 is all we got. We got 2 Frenchmen and a Venezuelan, maybe? Argentina? Don't know where Perez is from. Anyway. That's the slime ball parlay, plus 143. Green Hammer, William Gomez, plus 3.5 point spread, plus 125. Just went around, baby. Circle move. Don't get hit with those bricks. Move your feet, bud. And we win. But I mean, I am picking Brito to win, so I'm kind of going against myself. And send him home, Benoit Saint-Denis, Mortal Lock, Morgan Charrier. Don't tell anybody. That's my Mortal Lock. And Dog Lock, Matt Frivola, the Steamroller. All right. That's it. That's a show. Felt good. Felt fucking tight. 46-ish, 7 minutes. Thank you for everyone that's subscribing. Thank you for everyone that makes comments. I see people with 2, 3, 4 times the amount of subscribers or followers on me on Twitter, and the engagement isn't nearly as good as our engagement. You guys are the reason for that and the reason for everything. Thank you so much. 2K shirts will be out soon. I'll reveal them. I want to order them and get one, like wear it on the pod and show it off. But the problem is they take forever to get sent to you. Doesn't matter. I want those out soon. The Nexus is Nexus 3K. But right now, we're not worried about that. We're celebrating 2K. I'm celebrating you guys. You're the best. Brian Petrie MMA on all social media. And that's it, babe. Huh? Let's have a day.